Here we go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Sarcastic Barman. We are the Shills, and welcome to another night of PubChat here on the EiE Network. Well, hopefully you've all got things ready. The bar is ready to go. I've had word I get to open next week. Woo! But only if I'm serving food for people to drink, so you can't turn up for a drink. God damn it. So that does leave more time for me bitching about people on Twitter and having the fun that is to be had here on the Shills. Yay! But let's go around the table, see who's here. I'll say hello to him first because he's been sorting out the buttons, twiddling with the knobs, and making everything work tonight, and I never say hello to him first. Colon, how are you doing?
Oh, hello, Barman. Yeah, just a little bit of a rush job to get this all sorted as I was suddenly thrown into the ring with 30 minutes to go. Thank you very much, Dick. I love you.
Thank
really,
my GPU.
honestly, man. I really do. Yeah. Tell me about it. Can I drop kick it into the next garden? Actually,
I can't wait to.
Sure I'm wearing my... Yeah, okie doke. Yeah, everything's good. Everything's fine. Having a lovely time.
Nice. Awesome. We better turn to the man who was going to be hosting tonight, but his computer decides to have a hissy fit, bitch out, and then become a flat earther. God damn it. Dick Dawson, how is your computer?
Oh, man, I had the craziest day. So I get a notification, your parcel has been delivered, new SSD, M.2. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I go outside to find it, and I can't find it. It's nowhere. So then I go and I do a no package not delivered report. And then an hour later, it hits me. It's just a little gum, stick of gum SSD. It's probably small enough that they just put it in my damn mailbox. And sure as shit, that's where I found it. So I stripped the computer and I put the thing in, and I am a tech support guy. So this should be very simple, right? Turn it on, no post, nothing. I go through all the proper steps of diagnosing what's going on, and I'm left with the fact that the GPU has picked right then and there to pack it up and fucking die. So right now in my computer is Kevin's dying GPU that he replaced, because we gave it a reflow to see if we could save it, and it didn't really work. But right now it is stable, so I can be on the show. Any moment it could die. Who knows? So let's see what happens. Fucking thing.
It's either going to be the worst of luck, or even worse, the worst of luck that you've just touched the GPU doing it and just the tiniest static shock and it was on its way out to start with. Something daft like that. Who knows?
Actually, I'm pretty sure I know what it is. The cooler is somewhat not 100% stable on it, and you can grab it by the sides and flex it a bit and whatnot.
Oh,
and I think when I pulled it out, I think it was the last flex it could take, and I probably dinged the die or something. But it's over, like it's dead.
Oh, that is a bitch. Jesus. Oh, well, hopefully, new one soon, make it all work properly. But luckily, the man who saved the world today, the jar that's floating in the middle of my pub, very strangely, but he acts good because we can put drinks on the side of his saucer. He's like a floating waiter. DeadKennedyInSpace, how you doing?
Oh, not bad, not bad. I'm surprised that my GPU that looks like it's gone through atmospheric reentry managed to save the day. It's pretty impressive. I have put that graphics card through hell and back. It's amazing that it even powers on. But I'm glad we were able to get it to work. And always excited to be here talking nonsense, coming down from the constant stupid that we're dealing with. Speaking of stupid, very soon I'm going to re-upload the first episode of the Space Shuttle series I did to the Stars and Back because the intro got copyright claimed despite the fact that it is royalty-free music. So I'm going to redo it and re-release it just to spit in the faces of the people who claim me.
Oh, that's an entire bitchy conversation just that we could have all night long on the fact of music that's listed as copyright free. People then buy the copyrights and then fucking copyright it, even though we've got it off places that are copyright free. Fuck my life. Luckily, I seem to be the luckiest person not get caught with any copyrights much recently, which is nice. Joining us on our first pub chat with her this evening, someone who hasn't been here before, which is quite nice. Thank you for joining us. It's Vishanti, if she's not nomming away on her Thanksgiving dinner.
In between like heaping bites of way too much food, as is traditional. So, hello. And I see you put me next to Kevin's floating apparatus there. So, I'll just dump in a shot every now and then to his little tank there so he can enjoy the festivities as required.
Yeah, keep him going. I have to ask, did you get your wine sorted just before show?
Of course. It's a sparkling wine, so got to be a little bit, frilly about it. It's been chilling overnight, so.
Oh, even better. Saying that how cold it is here, I could put the wine outside, it'd chill it out. Lovely. And then joining us as our special guest this evening, who's going to help us talk crap because it's fun, it's pub night. There is no plans apart from who's here. It's SeekTruth SpeakTruth, the best ex-flat earther there is.
Oh, thank you very much, guys. Thank you for having me and asking me on. Pleasure to be here to come and have a couple of drinks with you all.
It's the best thing to do on a Thursday, especially after having to listen to Boris for several hours today. It's it's drinking and pub chat time.
one thing I've noticed though is my avatar. I look about 4'2", so I need to sort that at some point. But not right here. But like I'm tiny. I look like.
No. That's just the right height, because you got to think the bar for that. I'm 7 foot tall. That makes you about 5 foot tall, the same as Aimee, and then everyone's the equivalent sort of size. It's just me. I'm a giant.
Mean? Everything on the set is to scale.
Yeah. Oh, classic. Yeah, so, I'll be all right though. I'll stand on the yellow pages.
So, what's going on with you? What's happening? Anything like that you want to let us know about?
Well, I had a sort of a video out today, actually. I started getting quite a good response. It was more of a reaction. The Wits at one, and a response to his response to Simon Dan. So, but yeah, that was pretty good. I'm doing a lot of sort of trying to do lots of other things on the channel at the minute. I've done a couple of like history videos for to my local area, local history to me. Like you say, you just got to step away from flat Earth sometimes and get out into the normal world, shall we say. So yeah, I find that really fun and interesting.
Yeah, stuff the normal world. There's an entire world out there I found of Hollow Earth. They're just as bad.
Oh, mate. I think they're even worse.
Well, no, at least they think the world's round.
Well, but I can't understand how they think things, because obviously we can observe things disappear bottom up. How does that work on a concave Earth? I just don't know.
We're really crazy. They're really crazy because you got the likes of Lord Stephen, whatever his name is, and his disciples. They actually put tattoos on their chests and everything to say they're part of the cult. Hilarious.
Wow. That's just unnecessary.
That really is. Jeez.
Yeah.
So apart from my brushing with Hollow Earth and the fact it's making us all giggle, what other stupidness, I know what's going to probably come up, has everyone seen this week? Go on then, Colin. I can hear the laugh. Do it while I get beside you. Tell us.
Oh, I've seen Nathan in a duck suit.
Iconic.
It's brilliant. He actually put the duck suit on.
Right, yeah. To explain the context, the dude who punked Nathan, Reckless Ben, is finally starting to put out his footage. Go and give it a watch because it is way better produced than the garbage cell phone videos that Nathan came out with. And it's some funny stuff.
It is really well produced, I will say. I watched the first one today. I was like, wow, it's like a proper video.
Somebody here has their mouth full, so they just wanted me to pass along the message, but Multi-Tom can't be here to debate with me tonight because he's got his mouth full right now, don't you little bitch?
And it's not Thanksgiving food either.
How many email addresses, Discord accounts and things did we give him to try and get in contact with us? Oh, look, none got a message at all.
We gave him all of the email addresses.
I think we did. Jeez.
It's like trying to get blood out of a stone with him, isn't it, to try and get him on a stream?
Pow. It's simple as that. Are we bothered? No.
It would be fun, though, if he had the spherical balls to be able to do it, but...
Yeah.
I will point out there's... Oh, go on.
Oh, well, I was just going to say, I mean, Multi-Tom-Tom's the kind of guy that could fuck up cleaning a toilet. So what do you expect, right?
Oh, I think he would. Vishanti.
Yes. Speaking of that amazing video by Ben trolling Nathan, tomorrow Irish Demon is going to be interviewing him on his channel. So you guys go pop over to Irish Demon.
Ooh.
Set the notification. He will be interviewing Ben about that very thing tomorrow.
I know, jammy get to get that. But that's exactly what I was going to say as well, Vishanti. You beat me to it.
Can I just say, the best part of this whole prank thing to me has been that Nathan still treats the experiment as though it's a point for him. Even in his little nervous breakdown video, he was like, he shows the itinerary and he's like 12 to 3 p.m. Ben and so show evidence for the globe, and then he leans into the camera and he goes, "That never happened." And I'm like, of course it didn't.
Oh, he was actually crying as well, weren't he? Like, I'm sure there was a video of him. Yeah.
There is several videos of him crying, though.
Oh, yeah.
I'm making a collection.
I think my favorite from everything so far has been his comment that was on the Reckless Ben video. I'll see if we can find it to get the words exact. But it was something like, "You work for me now, Reckless Ben. Look, you took me to here, that, and everywhere." It's like, yeah, because you are the joke. You are the person who's giving them content and views. You're the person they're taking the piss out of.
I think that should go on his tombstone. Here lies Nathan Thompson, eternal punchline.
Oh, wow. Hey, want to hear something funny about Irish Demon's interview?
Go on.
If you check it out right now, Thompson's in the chat.
No.
Oh my God.
It's not for another 17 hours, but he's been talking to Irish Demon in the chat.
Oh, that's
my God.
Is it the real one? Because there was one in the... Yeah, by the way, look of how he's writing. There was someone who did have a Nathan Thompson, the same logo and everything, in the normal comments. I was like, oh, fair play.
Oh, gee.
For a split second, I got reverse fooled, and I was like, oh, it's just Nathan Thompson. Oh, wait, no, it is Nathan Thompson.
Yeah.
Easily confused.
Oh my God, this is incredible. You think you punked me? I knew all along it was a troll. Only an idiot would believe those psychos. Thanks for the free trip, losers.
Such a good impression.
He's literally on video crying and going, "A lot of people are saying I got trolled. I don't know if I did. I'm kind of 50-50.
They're totally from Harvard, you guys. They were totally from Harvard. I'm not being trolled. Shut up, Jaron.
Shut up, Jaron.
So do you think that proves...
Jaron was calling him out in his own live stream. He was like, "Nathan, you got punked, dude." And he's like,
He was, yeah. SeekTruth, what was that?
I was going to say, do you guys actually think Nathan Thompson is a true believer? Because obviously a lot of people have him down as a troll himself, so... A troll got trolled, it just...
I think he thinks he's a troll, but he's not.
He honestly, to me, he seems crazy enough to be real.
Yeah, I think so. There's definitely something there that makes me think, he's a believer.
I'll say this: if it's an act, it's a damn good one.
Yeah.
yeah. He likes the sound of his own voice. Like he wants people to think that he's right. So he's invested in something that in his mind is right. And he's so invested in keeping it that way that he makes himself open to pranks like this. He's just cannon fodder at this point.
Pixel Domination in the chat actually said, I think it's real because he got himself arrested. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to troll that far to actually end up in a cell for the evening, are you?
Oh, hell no.
No,
you'd hope not.
I mean, I'll never discount human stupidity, but it seems like a long way to go for a troll.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a comment in the Irish Demons chat from Nathan. It's, "You really think I've worn that duck suit if I didn't know it was a prank? I was prancing them, dude. You people are blind. all truth. It's obvious now. Followed up by choke on the virus and meet your maker. You people would believe anything. It's like, seriously, you're wearing it. It's like, we could do. But I don't think anyone's chatting in there now. 12:19, 12:32. Oh, look, there it is.
There it is.
Catch will be your friend, Irish. I love that.
Beat him to it.
That's
He's good.
Grief.
Yeah,
Imagine that much trying to get damage control on something. He's in there 17 hours early. Oh my god!
It's just mad.
I wonder if he's drinking.
Oh, that means we could get a live stream where he cries, "I got punked, but they didn't punk me. I punked them. Where's Joe? Where's my dog? I need some balls in my face."
Nelson, always appropriate.
Do you think he's going to live stream that on his channel like he's been doing loads of other people's channels recently?
Oh, that would be funny.
That would be so much fun.
Yeah, I didn't know he's been doing that. I keep waiting for flat earthers to make videos about me, but they all refuse to for some reason. Maybe Nathan will talk about me.
If it makes you feel better, Kevin, none of them have ever made a video about me either. Rejected.
Well, I've had one. I have had one response video made to me by a moronic stoner who filmed his TV, and
God.
that was the guy I eventually ended up debating. That shizzle dude.
I will never get people recording their TVs. Like, yes, screen capture programs are free. I'd rather you had a watermark on the bottom because you've screen captured from your computer and not paid for the program than on your phone recording a television. It's like, fuck.
Made with Screen-O-Matic is a better thing to see than the refresh rate on your screen.
Yeah. The blinks.
Yeah.
That is pure flat earth though, isn't it? I mean, that was me when I was making videos. I'm sure I must have made one in my time actually just filming the TV screen or whatever, so.
Oh, you didn't, did you?
I'm sure I did. Yeah. Yeah, I must have.
Oh, that's bad.
That really is.
So, who's gonna send me duck pajamas for Hanukkah? Anybody?
That'd be cool.
I think we should all get them.
What pajamas?
Duck pajamas.
The duck pajamas.
Oh.
Like if we should all change our avatars to be wearing duck pajamas for like the next few weeks.
Hold on, there's a job for you. Give us all duck pajamas.
I still wish it was a chicken.
Give it a go.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to get it on. Actually, I'll just put a rooster's Kevin's job.
Yeah. We all need duck. Go on.
Colon, you sound like you're on a pendulum that's like swinging in and out of the microphone.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was leaning back for a second and you caught me on the hop.
Swiveling in the
Okay,
chair.
I'll stick a rooster's head on you.
Hey,
Yeah,
Kevin, give him a break. Give him a break, Kevin. It's not like it's ever happened before.
Loads of times. I had this great audio expert say he was going to help me out and sort my mic out. Did that, and I'm still sounding like shit.
Oh, snap.
Hey, you sound fine when you talk into the mic.
Yeah, it's up to you to actually use the mic properly. I can only do so much.
Always remember, Colon, you gotta make love to the microphone.
Yeah. Treat that thing like it's a tonsil tickler, baby.
That sent a shiver down my back there, Dead Kennedy. Crikey.
Barry Manilow, singing down low. You got it.
Kevin Kennedy handing out wood, one microphone burst at a time.
You do have quite a few people on this panel with very sonorous voices, I gotta say.
We actually sound like shit in real life. It's just that Dick's helped us set up our microphones.
Just bass boosted everybody and
basically,
hope for the best.
I actually sound better in real life. There's not a microphone that can capture the brilliance that is my voice.
Kevin's laughing because he knows the truth.
Yeah.
In reality, I sound like Unirock on 1.25 speed, but you know.
That's the joke I was gonna do. I was gonna say, let me shut off voice meter here, and this is what I actually sound like.
Guys, don't forget to donate to my PayPal. I need more vape juice.
Wow, you guys sound like you were brought up in Chillicothe, Ohio. We never miss a chance to pick on Uni a little because, I mean, that's what you do with a bitch, right? You know.
He accused us of standing in a circle and putting our peepees together. That's serious business.
And I can tell you that's never happened without Unirock at the center of the circle. It's true.
Yeah. And he had the audacity to turn around and say that he was on the show for 2 hours and he felt like he shouldn't be there because we were doing all kinds of horrible things to people.
Do you hear that sound? It sounds like the world's smallest violin.
Yeah.
It's very high pitched, isn't it?
Does he not know that there's a record of him being on the show and laughing along with the rest of us?
Yeah.
And I would like to point out it's probably our most watched video.
It's up there.
It's one of the high ones, man.
Oh man.
It's
the fifth most watched episode.
But we're honest. We're not going to, alter history for the sake of whatever. It happened. We were there. That's it, man.
Yeah.
No, we had a good time with Uni on the show when he wasn't being a douchebag.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll have to watch that back.
Yeah, which was... Oh, sorry, see?
Oh, no, I was going to say, I'll have to watch that back. I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, it's quite a ways back now.
Must be almost
over
a year.
Well,
Had to have
I'll
been.
search our top videos if that was one of your...
Yeah. You'll find it easily then.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I'm going to have to give that a listen.
It was a good show.
So
going back.
here's a question I posed to the panel. When Nathan found out that the people that interviewed him were coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, we trolled him," do you think he was jerking off or not?
Oh, definitely. He had his tweezers in his hand
while crying.
Yeah. Magnifying glass.
I'm important. I'm important. People like me. I used to run the Facebook's biggest flat Earth group.
And you've got to remember, he probably had a picture of Owen Benjamin going, I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
Yeah, when they're at that flat Earth conference, he's just like, Owen, I'm being picked on. Come over here, Owen.
Did you hear what he did at the flat Earth conference, Seek? He went up to Owen Benjamin and was like, "Hey man, you're the reason I don't masturbate anymore."
Wow, dude! Oh, I did not want that image in my head at all.
Wait,
hence why I just said he was just looking at Owen Benjamin's picture saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
I don't understand.
Neither did Owen.
Yeah. First of all, it's impressive when you can just like baffle and confuse a person like Owen Benjamin. Second of all, no one should ever look up to Owen Benjamin. That man owns an evil Jew mask. I don't even know where the hell you would buy such a thing, but he got one.
He made it.
Shit, he might have.
Yeah, he's a strange one, isn't he, old Owen Benjamin?
Owen put out a video just clowning on Nathan for that. He just dunking on him like, "Oh, this guy came up to me and told me this," and everyone's like, "What?"
Oh, it's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy.
I think if you wanted to do it in an analogous way, Owen is the van that D Marble lives in down by the river.
Down by the river.
Just having a look if there was any gold nuggets on Owen Benjamin's Twitter. And the most recent one is just going on about NASA being the #1 consumer of helium. Fuck's sake.
Oh God.
He's still on Twitter.
He's still on Twitter. 2,533 tweets, 4,518 followers, and he's following 4 people. Who's he following? Donald Trump, Razor Fist, Snark Spawn, the excellence of elocution. Yeah, no idea.
What?
Sean V
Yeah.
Planet and Anomaly. Whatever.
Weird.
I recognize one of those.
Very weird.
Yeah, that says enough, really, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, good night. The plot hole. He's off to do work. Why would you want to go and do something as horrible as that? Stay here. Drink.
That boy ain't right. Take it easy, Johnny, old buddy.
Oh, so what are
Captain Morgan and Coke. Oh, that does sound awesome. Yeah, very good.
And Heineken's. Wow, yeah.
Oh, have a good
Yeah, I got
run.
beers tonight.
Sailor Jerry's, Kraken. What have I had the other week? Orphan Tears, fucking Unicorn Tears rum. That was quite nice.
Ooh, Kraken's good, isn't it? I love Kraken.
Kraken is a lush rum. And Dead Man's Fingers as well. Definitely enjoyable. So, but I was going to ask, what are the stupidness and things has everyone seen this week then? What else are we going to laugh and put the worlds to right at?
It's just so much, isn't there? You know, it kind of, you just got to try and put your finger on one thing.
Well, I got a question. Has anybody heard anything recently from Cleavage Incorporated there? What's her fucking name? Orphan Red?
Well, funnily enough, we were talking about her on poker the other night. She's not done videos in a while. I'm waiting for Slim Living Cyborg to get back to me because apparently she's not making videos anymore. Yeah, the plot hole's just put it. She's on OnlyFans selling her underwear.
Yeah, unmentionables.
So as far as we know, we're waiting to get full confirmation on that. So we're just waiting for. I must message him actually. I'll do it now before I forget. Right, but yeah, so that's apparently what she's doing. She's still active on Twitter and Facebook, but she seems to have not bothered with her YouTube channel at all. So 6-9 months, something like that.
I think she was always just like in it for the attention, wasn't she? If you know what I mean.
God, yeah.
Yeah, you know. So she's obviously going where she thinks the money is.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's looking for simps, right?
Yeah, and she's probably going to get them
know.
because there's a lot in the flat Earth community, I'd imagine. So, yeah, you know, probably Nathan Thompson, but you know, don't let him.
No, he doesn't masturbate anymore. So
No, yeah.
does it count if he puts the peanut butter on and then calls the dog over?
Oh, stop.
Sorry,
Oh,
sorry.
God, no.
Not
You
Geo.
know he's done that as well, don't
Not
you?
Geo.
Yeah,
Hashtag save Geo.
yeah.
Definitely.
That poor dog goes through too much already, having to be forced into a vegan diet, for God's sake. Don't give him peanut butter as well.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, so peanut butter's not vegan, so there we go. I'm guessing.
Nice of Geo to take Nathan out for a walk every now and again, though, isn't it?
You can't see what the plot hole put in the chat. She's on OnlyFans selling.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. So he was.
Oh, I missed that part. I just had my headphones off for one brief second to get a can of fucking beer, and fuck, damn it.
Yeah, he was with us on Sunday when Slim Living Cyborg was letting us know. So he came to poker this week, which was nice.
Cool.
Peter G, so she's returned to the Orphan Blue persona. She may have, but we just can't find exactly which OnlyFans site she's on because there's a shit ton of them.
So she's back to teaching people how to suck dick? Isn't that channel?
Demonetized.
Story of our life.
Like,
You know.
we'll be fine. We had the intro. There was no swearing in the intro. YouTube will look kindly on us saying fuck every so often. And blowjobs and all that jazz. Renee Name for one for Dick.
Yeah.
Finally located. Go on, you read it. It's up to you.
Yeah. Finally located JM Truth's channel and he has deleted all his content. Hilarious. I agree. Really? I have to see this right now.
I'm literally doing the same.
There's been a lot this year, actually, hasn't there? Just
Yeah, man.
gone, you know.
What is his
Disappeared.
channel called?
Jam Truth
It's got to be
Productions.
something like I'm completely fucking useless.
I think it's Jam Truth Productions. He's got Jam Truth Productions, but then there's also Joshua Gennari, which is his picture.
Yeah, it
Did you
is.
guys ever see his Superman film?
I saw
Yes.
clips of it.
Oh,
I think it was Rider with Dinosaurs was doing going over it, and yeah, it was terrible.
Everything that can be wrong with it is.
yeah. But it's
Yeah,
still better
the
at
top
that than,
two for
Flat
him.
Earth.
Oh, sorry. See,
I know I was going to say it's still better at that than Flat Earth videos, I think. But yeah, certainly crap.
It's a thin line, but sure.
Yeah.
yeah, when you search for that punk, you get his two channels at the top. One is 157 subs, the other is 797, and his name one has one video, and I think that's the one that used to be more of a JM Truth name channel. But then JM Truth Productions, I think that's where he had that abomination about superheroes.
Yeah.
It's got nothing now. I think he's just been scared off of social media.
What the fuck? I go searching for his channel, and halfway through, the search thinks I'm looking for James Charles.
To be fair, though,
he flat Earth content. Hi, sisters.
he he probably did get fed up after the whole fuck up with whose clip was it? Was it Reds or whoever? And the Rocket Gunner said, "Look, there's a whole X amount missing. Really? Let's play them both side by
Right.
side." Oh, look, no, there's fucking not. You liar. Well, someone said there was. So you're not even doing your own fucking looking into this before you come on and make a dickhead out yourself. Jesus.
Wasn't it JM who watched DKG's edited launch, and he didn't notice that it was the water tower that lifted off and not the rocket?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember that bit, but possibly.
Yeah.
Well, he's not active on Twitter anymore either. Go on.
I found, I think, another one of his channels, unless it's somebody
Joshua-
else,
is
but
it
I
the
do
Joshua
believe it's
Gennari
him.
one? Joshua
Yeah, there's
Gennari.
two with that name.
Yeah,
Oh.
he's got that one with 790 sites, but only one video showing, which is his Plain Truth, Shelley Lewis and her bold claims or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's only left one video up.
Yes. I found another by searching his full name that Ash Scott posted in the chat. It's got 95 subscribers. Oh, its username is, if you go YouTube user, it's got one of those, I've got my username done, and it's Area 51 Productions, LLC. Fuck. And it's like, what is kosher? Kosher introduction, green screen, camera and lighting basics. Like he knows anything about them.
Yeah, he doesn't know anything about how to do basic lighting or videos or anything.
No.
Why is he talking about kosher stuff? Is this possibly the first flat earther who is also belonging to the group who they claim is responsible for everything?
Could be.
He's probably one of those Messianic Jews for Jesus types. And
Okay.
99% of Jews do not consider them Jewish because they believe in Jesus, so they're Christians. So if he's talking about what's kosher, it's not going to be rabbinically kosher most likely, but whatever, that's not a distinction most people care to make. It's, anyway.
And these are all 5-year-old videos. Nothing newer than 4 years ago.
Yeah. I love that. I've got all the uploads up on one screen. I'm assuming you can see the same page as me, Dick. So you got the kosher introductions.
Yes.
Then the video below that is the camera and lighting basics. But the kosher introduction ones, he's got far too much light. He's like bleaching himself out with the fucking. It's a joke. Make a thumbnail. Make yourself look good at least.
Yeah, he's beyond useless, right?
Yeah.
He's a hovercraft without a skirt.
I mean, to be honest, that pardon me, the kosher videos, the lighting there is pretty much identical to the lighting of the first shot of his Superman movie, where everything's washed out. You can't see the actors. You can't hear them talking over the sound of them crunching rocks under their feet. And you can't see anything because the camera won't stop fiddling around. It's great. Everything is wrong.
Wow, well done to him for at least staying consistent and making all his videos as shit can be.
He's definitely stepping away from Flat Earth. He's probably trying to rebrand, I reckon. And
You'd be better off deleting everything and making up a brand new name. Yeah.
Changing your identity. Change your face.
It does seem like a lot of them are kind of trying to branch more into creationism type stuff. Like Nathan's debated evolution versus creation a couple times. He's failed miserably at it, but I mean, who's surprised there?
But it's a Nathan debate. It's just like, no, you can't use that. So why not? You didn't do it. But I suppose there's a... Go on.
No, sorry, mate. I cut in there. You carry on.
All right. I was going to make a joke where he goes, yeah, but we shone this laser over this lake. Oh, did you measure the lake? No. Well, fuck off then. You can't have one measurement and we can't have one, you dick. Right. Go for it,
Measurements?
I've forgotten what I was going to say now.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's all right, bud. That was probably completely pointless.
Everything here is completely pointless. Don't put yourself down. You're at the same level as us.
That's weird. That's actually strange. I feel more nervous not being on camera than I do when I'm on camera. That's weird. Like, it's so strange.
You get used to it.
Yeah.
Oh, Peter G has let us know that Orphan Red in her latest video that she hopes to post new videos in December. So it was obviously a planned break. But for people like us who don't watch her channel, just like, oh, she's disappeared. Oh, well, never mind. It's like, no one
cares. Like in the YouTube world, if you stop uploading for 7 months, which is what she's done, your channel's dead.
Yeah. Though, strangely enough, I got a recommendation on a channel that I've not looked at in ages, and it was crap. It shows how long it was I've not seen the channel that I've forgotten the name of the channel. I'll just check my library. And it was they do dress up and like dancing videos and things. Who the feck was it? There it is. Where is Gamora? That was the video that was recommended to me. Screen Team. I can't believe I forgot the name of that. Like 1.57 million subscribers on it, and yet haven't uploaded a video in 2 years. And their last video got 17 million views. It's like,
wow,
what the hell happened? Yeah. I felt like going on their Twitter. They're still active on Twitter, and Ashton, I was like, no, because they're like a couple, and he slowly got fatter and fatter through the videos, and she got sexier and sexier. I'm thinking, I don't want to ask in case they broke up, and he's like harsh about it or anything. Like, oh, okay. But it's a shame because their videos were funny. There's nothing special, but just funny. But worth
YouTube is terrible at giving notifications, isn't it? If you know what I mean. Like sometimes I completely forget. Like some channels say nothing to do with Flat Earth, but you know, just something really random like crimes or you know, or like sort of crime documentaries and things like that. And some channels will release 10 videos, and I haven't got one single notification.
Nope.
You know, and then suddenly you get one, but sometimes I like that because then you get to binge watch them again. You know what I mean? But
binging's always fun. But no, YouTube notifications and their homepage for suggestions and stuff like that is terrible. If I go to my suggestions now, fair play for once, the suggestions isn't too bad. The first one is a toon one. I've got a food one, my normal sort of stuff. But I find some days, I've watched 2 Dragon Ball Z videos. So I'm in that silly let's relax mode. Go to my homepage, they're all Dragon Ball Z. I don't want to watch any more of them, otherwise it would have stayed on the last page. I've come to home, so you recommend something new. Fuck you, YouTube. But no, and the fact it'll recommend, hey, there's a video from 4 years ago and we've forgotten if you've watched it, and I go and click on it and think, I've watched this fucking video. Fuck off. Stop showing me videos I've already watched. Show me something new.
Sometimes it's good because you might have watched half of it and you're like, oh, actually I didn't finish that one. But then, it'll show you another one, and we've already watched it. What's the point?
Yeah, but then YouTube should know how much of it you watched, and just, hey, you were halfway through on this last time. You can watch it from the other half, and you go, oh yeah, I remember watching this now.
Yeah. Strange old thing, YouTube, isn't it? Really,
it can be
I just don't think there's a right or wrong way of doing it. To be honest, that's just
Yeah.
you know, it just
There
it's
are
unexplainable.
times. There are absolutely times when all of the pre-planning and marketing knowledge and all of the preparation you could possibly make will just plain not work.
Mm-hmm.
And then things that you didn't plan for whatsoever will blow up.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I've released 2 videos today, and I do one at the same sort of time every week. Video goes out video. And I did a very quick one the night before. It's like, I'm having a beer. Oh, some stupid. Let's make a video on that. It's 2 minutes long. I'll make a new series of 1 beer vids. That'll be fine. So the one that goes out at the same time every week, 117 views. It's not ranking very well in my viewing things. Like, shit. The random video that got a couple of hours more time up, 156, but at a time when no one else has really seen it. It's got better likes, more comments. I'm like, the fuck? Just shows that random videos seem to work so well.
They can do, I think. Yeah. Sometimes you can try and put not too much effort. I don't think you can ever do that, but yeah, it's just so hit and miss. And then one video, I might just literally hardly even think about it, not write any notes down, and suddenly that goes a bit better than the one that you really did plan on, you know, and it's like, what?
Yeah. It's praying to the YouTube gods. What will make it work this week?
Yeah. You know, I try tags, and, you know, obviously you all probably do, but I just think, are they even worth a tag sometimes? And I don't know. But
it doesn't seem to matter what tags I put in a video. They don't seem to, unless you're going to lie about what content's in your video. Tags don't seem to sort of work. So
I did a sneaky one today because I mentioned Simon Dan, so that's instantly more views there, if you know what I mean. So I'll hold my hands up. I did that today. I sort of jumped on the name and it worked, you know.
But you've jumped on it in the right way because it is related to that. It's where you get some that will put silly tags and things. You're like, why have I been shown this video? It's got nothing to do with that tag. And it's just because they know it's things that get views. Like, I watch a lot of Dragon Ball Z one or tech ones. You click on something like, you have nothing to do with this. Go away. So, but yeah, bit of a pain in the butt. Damn YouTube.
It is. I mean, my channel actually, I mean, not sort of moaning really, but I hit the sort of all the criteria for monetization ages and ages ago, and I've still never been accepted.
Your original content.
Yeah, do you reckon?
I'd reckon so, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, there's other channels that are flat earth and they're monetized, aren't there, if you know what I mean? But I am tempted to delete them, my flat earth videos, because everyone knows now, don't they? Do you know what I mean? If you think I'm a fake, you've checked on them, and do you know what I mean? Like, and I don't even care if people call me a fake now, do you know what I mean? Because it's only flat earthers trying to make themselves feel better, innit? So maybe I will. I'll just delete them. See what that does.
I'd leave them up and just bitch at Twitter, YouTube on Twitter or things like that. You'll never get a response, but bitch at them anyway, because the more bitching at them, the better. I should just say hello because Bob the Science Guy has joined us.
Hey, Barman, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, Bob. How are you?
Yes.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving for any of you that live in the United States. And
That's
happy belated
me.
Thanksgiving. And happy belated Thanksgiving for all of you that don't.
Hey. It seems like such a long time, Bob, since I've heard your sultry voice on this channel.
Well, what can I say, man? What can I say?
We got to get your permission set up in our server so you have access to the show link room and you can just join when you want.
Yeah, why not? Why not? I've just been kind of occupied. Command is a heavy burden. I took over a squadron, and quite frankly, I've got an inspection coming up and all sorts of really fun stuff. So between that and the holidays and COVID, it's trying to do everything by Zoom. It's been quite an ordeal.
Oh yeah.
I bet. God, Zoom is a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I use it quite a bit with I use it quite a bit with educators and assistants and whatnot with my son in online learning and whatnot. And I mean, it's great that we can do that kind of thing now because, you know, it wasn't so long ago that it would have been a nightmare. But still at times the technology fails. I prefer the Google Meets we use. It's lacking a few features, but it's way more reliable and stable.
Well, I used to use Meet a lot, and then I kind of switched over to Zoom because the video was better, but you guys don't use video, so that really helps a lot.
Yeah, that might be an issue. We've got a few things coming up where people will be on video, so we might be reevaluating. We're doing some tests with the Cisco system as well right now.
Cool. I'm going to have probably a Zoom meeting on Saturday evening. I think we're going to have a clear night here, and I'm going to see if I can find some planets.
Nice.
Yeah, I took a nice picture of the Great Orion Nebulae the other day, which absolutely flabbergasted me. It turned out so well. It's almost got a 3D quality to it, and it was my first attempt. So,
I'm looking forward to trying to get some stargazing done and go up to North Wales for Christmas, because we've discovered there's no point in us opening the pub over Christmas because households still can't mix. Joy. But it means I get to play with a little telescope. It's nothing special, but it'll be my first play with a telescope. So I'm so looking forward. So any hints, Bob, on a novice on setting up a basic little reflector telescope?
That's actually a great question, because I have one coming to me relatively soon as well.
A reflector telescope?
Yes.
All
yeah.
right.
I just have to remember in my head.
All right. Well, first of all, they're pretty good, but they tend to distort the image a little bit. And the biggest problem that you're going to run into is not so much the telescope, but how you point the damn thing.
Right.
So you need to learn how to use a program called Astrophotography Tool and set it up to do what's called plate solving, which means that you think you're pointing the telescope at a certain spot. It'll take a picture of the stars at that spot, and it'll tell you, no, actually, you're pointing it here. To get to where you want to go, you have to go over there. And if you have it on if you have it on like a computerized mount, that's even better, because then you can just, you slew to the area that you want to look at. You figure out where you're actually looking, and then you slew again, and whatever you wanted to look at is right in the middle of the thing.
Nice.
Myself, I've got a Newtonian reflector, decent Celestron, 6-inch, and what I would say for sure is, number one, collimation is the most important thing when using one of those. And what I did was went right out and bought myself a laser collimators to make the job so much easier.
Do it every single time. And the other thing that you want to do is, on your collimation screws on the back, you have a locking screw, and then you have the screw that moves the mirror, and you have 3 sets of those. Get rid of the screwdriver ones. So leave the screwdriver only for the locking ones, and then get something called Bob's knobs, or get some wing nuts, and something that you can, A, you want to be able to clearly tell them apart in the dark, and B, you want something that you can adjust without having to use tools, and then you just lock them down when you find out where you want to go. And
you're not. Dr. Bob, you're not wrong at all there, buddy, because right now I have a Phillips for the adjust and then a thumb screw for the lock. And just having to have that screwdriver in my kit means that I've got this pointy, nasty object in a kit that has eyepieces and stuff. I don't want it there.
I have an actual holster that I keep a Leatherman in, and that's what I use. Yeah, that's the same telescope I started off with, basically. I started off with a Celestron 127, which is a 5-inch. And I finally outgrew that, and I actually sent that to one of the fans.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, and so I'm using it with an EQ mount, and it's got the old school motor that you just, you get it close enough and it kind of helps you with tracking, but you would never want to use it for photography or imaging, right? You know what I mean? But
that's what I have on the big one. It's a clockwork motor.
Yeah, exactly. And it's great if you take the time to align north properly. Otherwise, you might as well not have an EQ mount.
Well, I've got the program to do that. They're free. One's called SharpCap, and it has a polar alignment feature on it that just gets you within 10 seconds of the North Celestial Pole if you just take a moment and do it. It's very easy. That, and you can put a camera on it too. And you don't have to go on out and, Wolfie donated a really nice camera. Wolfie sent me a $700 camera, and I can't just
Wow.
praise him enough.
Wow.
Yeah,
Heck
he
yeah.
sent me a camera. And
He's
then
a very
I've got-
generous guy, isn't he?
He's an amazing guy. He's really in support of all this. So I've got a really nice color camera that he sent me, and then I've got a couple of black and white cameras I use for the guide scopes and the finders and stuff. And the
Wicked.
software is either free or it's $20 a year. And you can just really do. They had an upgrade to astrophotography tools, so that it actually works with the cameras now. Because I was really frustrated because the cameras would fail halfway through. It would stop doing plate solving. Yeah, I got this upgrade on it, and man, everything is working perfectly now. To the point I'm going to go look at some planets with a 5-time Barlow and the refractor telescope on Saturday. We should have a clear night, and it's just, I'm really looking forward to it because I should get really nice views of Jupiter and Saturn and Mars.
Nice.
And I hate to tell you this because I don't want to brag on it or anything, but I had that 4-inch refractor. I found Uranus the other day and actually zeroed in on it, and I
Holy
couldn't
crap.
freaking believe it. And I haven't even
Kick
looked
ass.
for Neptune yet, but with the Barlows on it, yeah, I'm going to see them.
Nice. Nice.
I
What
mean,
would
I
you
was
say-
utterly amazed.
Because I'd love to get into astronomy. I mean, I'd obviously have to get in the real basic end. What sort of price range would you say you'd have to look at spending to not get something that was just absolutely worthless to even start with?
Well, fortunately, you can buy a 1 meter reflector for what, $20-$30?
Wow. And
No,
that'd be
no. Astronomy is not a cheap thing to be in. It's
no, I
kind of
was
like
going to
fly
say
fishing.
no.
And
It's kind of like
and
fly
the thing is once you buy the telescope, that's the start. Once you start looking at eyepieces and the costs and the Barlows to magnify the eyepieces and stuff, that's more money than the scope.
You're going to want more. You're going to need it, aren't you? Yeah.
All right, you want an honest to God assessment. All right, here's what you want. The Explore Scientific makes something called the Exos 2 PMC. All right.
Right.
That is a very good go-to German equatorial mount. It's $700. Okay, start with that.
Yeah.
That will take a telescope up to 28 pounds, but really don't go more than 15 or 20. And for that, you can get a really decent refractor or a reflector. If you want to have something that's a little bit more energetic, get yourself well, let's just be honest with ourselves here. If you want to look at planets, they're very tiny. You need a great big telescope to look at them.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to control that great big telescope too. And we're talking 8 to 10 inches.
Mm.
And if you get a Schmidt-Cassegrain, that's, like mine, I've got a 10-inch Schmidt-Cassegrain. It's got a 2,500 millimeter focal length on it. I mean, I can reach out and touch you with that. I can read signs on phone poles on the other side of the lake.
I'm sorry. Can I
recognize
just
the cat.
get
Go ahead.
something out of my system?
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
not sorry. That's what she said. Okay, there, I'm done.
I was expecting a little bit more when we were zooming in on Uranus a little while ago, but I was kind of trying to hold it in.
I know I
Yeah, I
tried.
know.
I just.
Uranus.
We need
Uranus,
we
sorry.
need to talk about
Your
Uranus.
anus is your distal GI tract. All right. But,
Yeah. Barman's got a
the
problem with
planet
that.
Uranus is something else. But the other thing that a lot of people do is they have something called aperture envy. You don't need, let's just put it this way, you don't need 8 inches if you really know how to use 4.
Oh,
All right.
beautiful.
Good
You're
God.
the greatest, Dr. Bob.
Thank you. Now, one of the things that I would suggest if you really want to get into this is go out and spend the money on a good equatorial mount like the one I talked to you about. It's about $700. And then you get a piece of steel stock, drill a couple holes in it that'll fit the plate, the plate screw, so that you can mount something to it. and get you, take your DSL camera, the one that you have at the house,
Right.
and get the biggest lens that you can get on it. 300 millimeters would be, just fine. Okay. And with that, you will be able to see the nebulae. You'll be able
Really?
to
Oh,
see
wow.
both the heart and soul nebulae with the equatorial mount. You'll be able to do a nice long exposure on it. You'll get a beautiful shot of the heart and soul nebulae, which is 150 by 150 arc seconds. And you can't see that with any of my telescopes. I can only see it with my camera because it's too big.
Oh.
The other thing that you can see with a camera is Andromeda. You can see the Orion Nebulae. You can see some beautiful objects in the sky with just a camera and a decent telephoto lens on an equatorial mount. Then you start buying expensive telescopes. The 4-inch refractor that I have, which is very good, is $1,400.
Wow.
Right.
All right. Now, as I think it was it Dick or Kennedy that was talking about it earlier? The eyepieces, if you want to do visual stuff, those things can be $500-$600 a piece. There are some that are $5,000. All right, get a good camera.
Yeah.
And you can get a ring to mount your DSL camera on your telescope, and that camera is better than just about any astronomy telescope you can get.
Yeah.
Wow.
My camera is an old Canon Rebel SL1, and it's 24 megapixels. My astronomy cameras are like 14. And, you can do anything. You can control it the same way you do the other ones. You can do a 5-minute exposure with it if you ever wanted to do that. I don't know why the hell you would, but but what you do is you generally end up taking 15 or 20 second or even 30 or 60 second exposures, and you take 100 of them. And then you, what they call, stack them.
Yeah.
And you stack the best 70. And, that lines up the stars one on top of the other, and it really brings out the detail. You trim up the edges, you play with it in Photoshop a little bit, and you get some amazing stuff. Just amazing.
Nice.
Beautiful.
But I'm still learning a lot about it. I just learned about some of this auto stretching in ATP or APT, astrophotography tool, because I used to, I'd take a picture and I'd see one little star. But you hit auto stretch and the whole field comes out. It's like putting night vision on it. There's a lot of.
So how long have you actually been doing astronomy then, Dr. Bob?
Less than a year.
Oh,
I took it seriously.
really? Yeah.
No, but I took it seriously. And
Yeah, that's the
I
thing.
learned
You
about
can't do it half-hearted.
Yeah, but I learned about the free tools that are available. I'll tell you, I really enjoy it. I mean, I've been meaning to do it for many years. And with this COVID thing right now, screw it. Let's just do it.
Perfect time, yeah.
Oh, one other thing you might want to consider if you really want to just get really entry-level stuff, go to the Facebook Marketplace and get and get a set of astro binoculars. You can get a set of astro binoculars that are 100-millimeter lenses, 2 of them, and 25 power, and they're crew served binoculars, so you have to mount them on something, but fortunately they come with like a camera stand, and you would be amazed at what you can see on the moon and the Pleiades and Andromeda, Orion, all that stuff. The only problem that you run into is with using your eyes. Most of the stuff you can see is black and white. There's not enough light for you to see color.
Oh, I see. Even just looking at the moon through those, they would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
there's a lot of light there to see. So, wow.
Well,
I think that might be where I start then.
I'd be really careful looking at the moon. All right. Don't be very careful
haunted?
about looking. Yeah, it is. It's haunted. That's it.
I knew it.
It's the Blair Moon Project. But the
Moon's
problem
haunted.
is, the moon, a full moon is about a third as bright as the sun. And you will literally, it's painful to look at it without filters.
Yes, I was just going to say a full moon with a good, like a Barlow one, a nice low eyepiece and a decent, scope in front of you. It's excruciating after 10 seconds without filters. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can take a piece of, you can get an old piece of X-ray film, or you can get an actual filter for it, for $20, and that'll help you a lot. Give you kind of a gray filter, and you can see amazing detail on that stuff. The Lunar Alps, the Caucasus, the Pyrenees. You can see the Apollo 11 landing site, or at least you can pick out where it is.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see the flag or anything, but you can see, well, I see that little ridge right there, and I know that it was that way right there.
If you have good optics, you can still see Stanley Kubrick's director's chair right on the set. It's really cool.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and the palm trees that he brought in.
Yeah.
Yes.
The English palm trees. That's where he learned the trick for Full Metal Jacket. Because they filmed that right outside of London, and it was flipping cold. It was like in the 40s when they filmed it, and he literally brought in palm trees to make it look like Vietnam and planted them.
Too funny.
Oh,
Well, it's true. Well, you can look it up, man.
I'm sure I
Wonder
have
if
heard
they're
that.
still there.
Oh, but go on.
Did everybody have a good Thanksgiving today that had Thanksgiving today?
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Lots of napping, as is required by tradition. You have to take a nice full-on dad nap after you eat.
Right.
So
That's right.
yeah.
The turkey today was just the best that I've had in 10 or 15 years. I mean, it was just wonderful. And I had the kids over, and just our immediate kids. We didn't have a big family thing because of the Rona.
Yeah. My roommate, one of them, I live with two. One of them made a gigantic pot of just the cheesiest mac and cheese ever. It was so good. God, it was.
So you're gonna be eating cheese for 3 days, aren't you?
I don't know if this mac and cheese is gonna last more than about a day and a half, honestly. You underestimate our ability to take down a whole pot of mac and cheese.
No, I don't. I was in college once too. But that's where I learned to eat entire pizzas.
Yep.
But
yep, I feel that. I felt that in my soul.
But my wife's working right now. And I'm kind of slow at the office, so I'm only working a few days a week. I'm kind of almost semi-retired right now. But I'm going to start making some stews.
Nice.
With dumplings.
I got a Good Housekeeping cookbook for stews, crockpot stews, and I'm gonna just.
Oh, I was just gonna say. I hope we're talking about some slow cooking crockpot goodness. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Slow cooking crockpot goodness. That's right. I'm gonna make
Slow
it 2 or 3 gallons at a time.
I've got one, Dr. Bob. It's so good. I'll send it over to you. It's a homemade beans, and you do like a pork tenderloin, a nice chunk in the center, solid. It's just unbelievable.
Well, she's going to let me shop once in a while for some food. Normally she doesn't, because, I just come back with an entire cart full of sardines and oysters, but and sun chips. We have the great sun chip war here. She goes out and buys like 2 things of sun chips. I can eat one of them myself, and she's always complaining that there's never any sun chips. So I went out and bought 20 of them the other day and just stacked them up on the counter, and of course they're gone now, but
that's me and Gina.
One shop.
I'm going to go out and buy them 20 at a time.
What do you guys do what do you guys in the UK do for Thanksgiving? Eat some kind of pie based on blood products and bread or something? What are you guys up to?
We don't do Thanksgiving.
They don't celebrate
No,
Thanksgiving.
we don't really.
Thanksgiving.
That's the joke, right?
I've got some good blood products if you're interested.
Yeah, I thought you guys would have a party like thank God, we gave the new world the God Squad or something, right?
No,
We give thanks today for spreading our smallpox across the new world and eliminating all of the indigenous people and then taxing them into oblivion. Good show, chaps.
I was
a few
actually
people
going
do
to
use
make
it
a
as an
smallpox
excuse.
comment, but I decided I didn't want to. My internal filter kicked in. My internal filter kicked in. No,
I could throw in that we actually have Empire Day. We have Empire Day
Empire
sometime
Oh
during
my
the year.
God. Of course you do. Of course you have Empire Day. Good job, Brits.
Unfortunately, it's more of a black party now, I think. But no, they've got Guy Fawkes Day. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was
I've
good.
got an American friend that lives over here, and I went round his once because obviously he still celebrates it. So I have celebrated, but yeah, because obviously my friend was American, if you know what I mean. So that was a good day.
Yep.
You ate
Well,
until you
they have-
gained like 12 extra pounds
Yeah.
for 3 days.
Well,
Yeah, it was-
your fall thing is Guy Fawkes Day, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
5th of November.
suppose. Yeah, we have a big sort of party and things around that time. I mean, yeah, sort of from Halloween really up until Christmas. To be honest, is usually the jolly season, shall we say? But
Yeah, this year's not been too bad. It's just been
Well,
stuck at home eating
yeah.
lots because we can't go
Yeah.
anywhere.
yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
There were
when
no
people
fun-
say, "What you been up to today?" Not really a lot, but you know.
About 282, which is both my weight and my cholesterol.
Yeah.
When
Well,
it
I'm up to
comes
season
to
6 in Peaky Blinders, so what about you?
That's a good one.
when it comes to celebrating around about bonfire night, that's just us celebrating burning Catholics. So
Yeah.
what can we do about it?
Burn, baby, burn.
Disco Inferno.
God, I almost made a really tasteless Catholic joke. I probably shouldn't.
There's no such
Oh,
thing as
yeah,
a
I did
tasteless
already.
joke on this channel.
Yeah,
I mean, you said
personally,
you
I find
celebrate burning Catholics, and my immediate thought was let them see how it feels for a change, and then I went, yeah, I shouldn't say that out loud.
Of course, you
Yeah,
can
but
say that.
I find no matter how you cook them, they're always quite tasteless. So it doesn't really matter.
I have to say, Vishanti, have you never watched the last half an hour of the poker night on a Sunday when the jokes really do get bad?
Oh yeah.
It's
They
like,
get dark.
oh, they get very dark. It's like, why did Barbara fall off the swing? Because she had no arms. Knock knock.
Who's
Who's
there?
there?
Definitely not Barbara.
Oh my God.
What did Barbara get for Christmas?
I don't know.
Nor does she. She
Not
hasn't finished
mittens?
unwrapping it yet.
Uh,
They're not mittens.
Yeah.
Good too.
I was gonna say she'll let you know when she learns how to unwrap it with her feet.
Can I
God,
just say I've had to suffer that goddamn joke for the last 9 months, Barman.
Well,
Last
you
week
need is
you
a good-
put me-
what you
Sorry.
need is a good dad joke. All right. So how do you
Yeah.
think the unthinkable?
I don't know.
You thail it into an iceberg.
Oh, I've got one for you. How do you catch a unique rabbit? Unique up on him.
For God's sake.
Do we have to do the bear and the rabbit having the shit in the woods? And the bear looks over at the rabbit and says, "Do you have problems with shit sticking to your fur?" The rabbit looks over at the bear and says, "No." So the bear wiped his ass with the rabbit.
Oh dear God.
That's poker night for you.
That's poker night.
so
yeah.
bad, it's good.
Yeah, that's why poker's so good. It's literally just talk crap, play poker, talk more crap. And then the second half is the bad. That's when you're allowed to do bad jokes. No bad jokes until the second half.
So it's like Oakley's stream without the flat earth, just a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
Bullshit,
but
drinking,
this is
and fun.
entertaining bullshit.
Yeah.
Skydiver
Well-
Tanner just let us know that Nathan is posting in Demon's live chat again.
Oh my God.
Is
We're
Nathan still
going to have
around?
another look.
Is
Yeah,
Nathan
Nathan-
even still around?
Oh yes,
Oh, Bob, you don't know the news, do you?
Oh my God.
What
Phil
news?
Bob-
Somebody tell him.
Oh,
Barman
please.
seems really excited to explain it.
All right.
Oh,
then.
I definitely want to hear.
So there's a YouTube channel called Reckless Ben that does a load of trolling, joke stuff, and things like that. I shall just drop the link in the chat for us. But that channel approached Nathan to do some tests about, and claimed to be a set of Harvard students trying to do tests to disprove the flat Earth. So yeah, it's all thingy.
I was talking Oakley though. That's Thompson.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, Oakley's still about with his normal sort of crap. Yeah.
Well, yeah, Oakley's trying to exist. He, that's why he wouldn't stop talking about Simon Dan for 3 weeks, because he was desperate for clicks. And then now apparently he's running a GoFundMe to get himself an upgrade. Oakley, you have 18K subscribers. They're not watching your shit. Give it up.
Yeah. Yeah, his channel is just going down and down and down, like every Flat Earth channel, really. So, yeah.
Well,
It's
I
good.
haven't been making many videos, but I have been thinking. I finally figured out how to use the second law of thermodynamics against him.
Nice.
Oh,
Let's
let's hear it.
Oh, okay. Well, a couple quick questions. When it comes to the atmosphere, their big thing is that the second law of thermodynamics says that it couldn't exist without a dome, right?
Mhm.
Okay, couple quick questions. Is there an infinite amount of air, or is there a finite amount of air in the atmosphere?
Good question.
We're
Finite.
probably going to say finite.
Okay, so there's a finite amount of air. So under the second law of thermodynamics, if that air was in our atmosphere and nothing was acting on it, it would just dissipate into space, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if there's an infinite amount of air, we can fly to the sun because airplanes work in the atmosphere, right?
Yeah. I love where you're going with this, Bob. This is great thinking. Keep going, buddy.
But if there's a finite amount of air, it would, by necessity, have to dissipate, and the pressure would drop. We don't observe that, do we?
Mm-hmm. It's like when you do the degrees of a circle and then pull it away from the sphere and make it bigger and bigger, like Earth to the solar system. A tiny degree of arc is now a big chunk, and the same amount of stuff has to fill that space, and as such, it is less, right?
Yeah. So if there was a dome and that finite amount of air was in the dome, the pressure would be the same everywhere in the dome, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, but we don't observe that because at 50,000 feet, the pressure is different than it is at sea level. So, so pulling up our MIT clip from the professor talking about it, where he has two vessels, one has gas pressure in it and the other has a vacuum, and they're connected by a tube. And you open up the tube, we all know what happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of the gas goes into the other pressure, into the other vessel, and the pressure equalizes. Can that be reversed? Can you put a pump on the tube and pump all of the air out of one vessel back into the first one?
As long as there was something to keep the vessels separate, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're connected by this tube. And if you put a pump on the tube, which I might add is the second part of the clip from MIT that they never show. So, in other words, if we take mass in the atmosphere and we apply a force to it and cause that mass to move, we do something called work. In physics, work is movement of mass, displacement of mass in the direction of an applied force. So, if the atmosphere had the same pressure everywhere, okay, well, that's fine. There's no force acting on it. However, if there is a pressure differential like those two vessels, by definition, something has to be performing work on it. Which means that if there is a pressure difference, like we see in our atmosphere, there is a force acting on it to create work. And That is
Yep.
what we actually observe. Therefore, gravity.
Well,
I love it.
I think I can predict their counter argument to that.
Go right
It's
ahead.
going to be, nuh-uh.
Correct. And what is the units of nuh-uh? The units of work is joules.
Oh, units of work are BS, and that's for yeah.
Or unicorn farts. But you see,
Yeah,
the thing
there
is,
you go.
By definition, if there is a pressure gradient in our atmosphere, work is being performed on the atmosphere. And if work is being performed on the atmosphere, by definition, there is a force. And we call that force gravity. Second law of thermodynamics proves gravity and explains why we see what we see in the atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really, really well thought out, because when you come to the end conclusion, it is something is acting on it. If it's not
A
gravity,
force.
bitch, tell me what it is.
It's a force, and we
Yep.
call that force gravity. We can call it anything that we want. The name we
Sure.
use for it is gravity.
No, man. You got there using logic. I don't think that's going to go over well with the flurfs.
So
It
I've heard a lot
does,
of
because they don't understand it.
I've heard a lot of flat earthers claim that you can have a container with a pressure gradient within it. I mean,
Yes, you can.
Spurs goes on about that all the time. He says it's the heat. So
No, it absolutely is possible to occur. And the reason that it occurs is something is performing work on it, which means applying
would be gravity.
moving mass in the direction of an applied force.
Right.
Because that's the definition of work.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you get it. That's how the second law of thermodynamics allows it, because in a closed system, you can apply work to that system and create a pressure gradient.
And unless they got a 350 with a 650 double pumper up there and a nice turbo 400 transmission, I'm calling gravity, because something's doing it. I do want to say here, we should switch over to Colin quick, because he has a Shills news update on Natalie, of all people.
Okay, back over to the pub, to the TV guys.
Let's see what's up.
what's he bitching at now? Have fun making another video about me. I know I might seem kind of... Oh, God, I'll have to read from the actual screen. I know I might seem kind of stalkerish. No, yeah, it's 17 hours before a video. Fuck yes, you're stalkerish. All my videos are about Nathan. Haha, you actually admit it. Brilliant. Oh, right, I get it. He's trying to call Irish Demon stalkerish because he does videos about Natalie. And what? It gets views. And his last video was about YouTube censorship, and the video before that was a flat Earth space soda can. So not all his videos are about Natalie. Well done, fucking Nathan, for fucking that one up.
I stopped doing videos on him because I just don't want to give him the attention. You know, that's all they want is the attention.
Mm-hmm.
And you notice
Well,
when
he's
I stopped doing
definitely
videos, yeah, when we stopped doing videos on Oakley, look what happened to his channel.
Yeah, I was just having a
Stop
look.
showing up and stop showing up to argue with him.
Yeah, Oakley's not had a video go over 2K in over 2 months, and considering he's got he's got 19.1 thousand subscribers, that just shows that's a low amount. Yeah.
Well, mine are turning to shit too, but I still get more than that. It's just that I'm not putting out enough of them like I used to. But I ran out of material to really. They don't have any new arguments.
No. Now, finding that there is no new argument on flat Earth.
You know, I proved the heliocentric model of the solar system the other day using Venus and Mars, and now I can prove the atmosphere and gravity using the second law of thermodynamics. I mean, what more is there to do?
Cool. See, what do you think, Seek? These pub chats are pretty cool, right? Because you never know what's going to come up, and it's always something good with the group like this.
Well, I'm waiting on one thing. You know, we've had a presidential election here in this country, and we have an interesting situation going on. and I'm wondering what's going to go on in the next 60 days.
Oh, buddy. Dude's literally just burning it all down before he leaves. It's getting nasty.
My money is that we're going to invade Ireland.
Whoa, dude! Why? Really?
Well, it's the mother country. At least a lot of us.
I thought it had something to do with alcohol for sure. It just sounded.
Well, you know, we're running low on Guinness, and it's starting to get pretty gray here. So we're looking for green hills, I think. And you know,
you can't go to Ireland; they're on lockdown.
Well, we tried Canada once, and they kicked our ass, and we decided to be friendly with them after that.
Yeah, I know. It's better to, for everybody's sake, it's better that Americans and Canadians just sit down and get drunk and laugh.
Yeah, but you got to admit, we were drunk. So that was our only saving
everybody
grace.
Was back then, right? You know, I mean, that's just how it goes.
Especially us. Yeah, especially
us.
From the commander all the way down to the privates, we went up there and figured that, hey, we're here now. They'll welcome us. No, they didn't. No, they really didn't.
That's what you gotta do. You gotta keep your American buddies in check. Like anytime they start talking shit about how great they are, just be like, lol, you couldn't invade Canada. They kicked your ass. Sit down.
No, we could invade Canada. We just couldn't do it successly. Make sure
Yeah. It was more like a beer run when you ran out of money and got kicked out, right?
Yeah. What? You want to charge for the Molsons?
Yeah.
Americans showing up to Canada like, what the fuck are ketchup chips?
Oh dear me, dear me.
Well,
yeah, if you couldn't, go on.
Canadians are generally, you know, I've always had a warm spot in my heart for Canadians, and you know they're their own identity. But if you want to get right down to them, they're basically Americans with manners and good health care.
Yeah, and you know, Dr. Bobby, it's so extreme. It's so extreme that as you cross Canada, you literally have the same variances in culture and accent and stuff that you guys have up here. It really mirrors. It's so funny.
Well, that's because most of you live within a rifle shot, if you could have rifles, of the border.
Yeah, like if you go up to like Prince Edward Island and start speaking to people, you stand there, Americans stand around going, are you guys from Boston or Maine? Or like, you know, like it's hilarious, man. It's so similar.
Well, the problem that you run into is there are parts of I don't know so much if they sound like those areas, or there are areas of the United States that are basically occupied Canada. The Panhandle of Alaska is one of them. I mean, those guys aren't Alaskans; they're freaking Canadians. And the UP. I mean, I never heard so many A's as I did in the UP. Say out to the UP, eh? They sound like freaking Canadians. I mean, how do you think?
Have you ever heard of? Have you ever heard of Point Roberts, Dr. Bob? It's a tiny little spot of America that's actually just near Vancouver in Canada,
and you have. I have.
Well,
yeah, I have.
When I was a kid, buddy, like 5 years old, my buddy and I used to ride our little BMX bikes across the border and wave at the guard and go through to Point Roberts and go to the roof house and get hot chocolate. And then we'd ride through and go home again. And try that now, baby. Can you imagine?
I don't think we're allowed to go to Canada anymore.
They won't let us in. We got too much Rona.
There's people trapped in the States right now that are trying to get back to Point Roberts, and they can't get home without like all this government BS and going through and getting a permit and stuff.
Don't they have a boat? Don't they have a boat that goes to Point Roberts?
If you have it, they don't have a ferry, but if you have personal transport, there's no like commercial ferry.
The only person that I know of that successfully went to Canada within the last 6 weeks is a friend of mine who married a Canadian, and she just essentially moved them back home. So he got around that little technicality, but most of us, they won't let us in because we got too much Rona. And stupid.
I wonder if this shouldn't be Googled, though, because in 1974, they didn't have a ferry, as far as I know. I don't actually know anymore.
Well, you realize 1974 was like 45 years ago?
Yeah, but that's when I did it, when I was, on a BMX bike as a little kid, right? I didn't, long time ago.
Well,
what am I going to say?
That was back in the days when you went up to the border and they said, "Hey, you going to cause any trouble?" No. Okay. Come on in.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we got to know the crossing guys so much that Mike and I just used to wave and just drive right on through in our BMXs, hop the curb and whatever, being little punks, like whatever you did. I don't know,
Canadian punks. Now that's an interesting concept right there.
Yeah. They tell you off and say sorry afterwards when they leave.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
I'm telling you all, one day Canada will rule the world, and you will all be sorry then. Or is it us?
Well, it'd be nice if you could take over America soon, because we could really use some actual health care, please. We're dying.
So what is the story? Because I'm very naive being English, but why is there a Canada and USA? Like why did they even?
They were two
why are
separate
they
colonies.
separate? Oh,
They were two separate colonies.
Yeah,
okay,
France called dibs on
Canadian.
Canada basically, and England called dibs on what is now America.
Yeah.
Right.
At least the
And
part
then-
east of the Appalachian Mountains at first.
Yeah, and then there was some fighting, and then we ended up being British colony in the Commonwealth, and I don't know.
Yeah. We kind of
Quebec.
switched teams, kind of, except then France went bankrupt, and we were like, yeah, sorry, sucks to be you, and then we did our own thing.
Well, the French weren't going to let the English take over all of North America that wasn't Spanish. So they had to have their dibs in. So I think they probably did it to avoid running into further problems in Europe. But,
Plus the fact that they just fucking hate Britain, but
yeah.
just to fight them for any reason they can, just because they're British.
Well, yeah, they really didn't like each other very much, I don't think. Well, that was the First World War, That was the First World War, That was the 0th World War.
Yeah,
We're going back to the 0th. We're going back to thermodynamics again. That was the 0th
thermal
World War.
dynamics, if you're jam truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was the First World War it was primarily fought between England and its allies and the French and their allies, and they fought it literally throughout the world. It was the first true World War.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fascinating. I'm slowly sort of learning and looking into stuff like that, and I'm fascinated by it really now.
If you really want some entertainment, you should read about the Asian Pacific spice trade and how it went from Britain to Portugal, and then the Dutch rolled in and were like, this all belongs to me now.
Yeah.
Which is kind of interesting considering the size of the British Empire and the Dutch.
Yeah. And the
Which
Dutch
really-
were actually, they beat the British to the west coast of Australia, but they were like, this place kind of sucks, so they didn't decide to colonize it, but they didn't
But you
want
can
to
have
pay,
it.
so
Yeah, well, there it is. It's all yours.
yeah, they're like, yeah, you guys can have it.
Too hot.
Yeah, it was kind of fun because, everybody likes to think about the American Revolution as being a big deal, and it really wasn't.
It was a big deal.
Well, to us it was, but and we basically took advantage of the situation. And the only reason that the British didn't win was they got bored of it, and it got expensive, and they had bigger fish to fry, namely France.
Mm-hmm.
And they just didn't want to bother with us anymore, and they figured that one of these days we'll probably be decent trading partners.
And now we're best buddies, really,
It's strangely
More or
enough,
less.
we're best buddies with France as well.
For now.
Yeah.
For now. all those years of wars, and then we fight 2 world wars on their side.
Yeah.
Reminds me of
it's kind of interesting. It's interesting how alliances switch like that.
big
The
time.
Japanese fought with us in World War One, and the Russians fought with us in both World Wars. They quit the first one, but they won the second one.
Yep.
Yeah, the Americans didn't win either of the world wars. We just ended them. We just ended them.
After showing up late.
Well, no, what we did in the First World War was basically, they fought each other kind of to a standstill, and then we showed up, and they said, "Oh, we're fucked now."
Yeah.
And we tried really hard to stay
to
out
work.
of the second one because Woodrow Wilson's a punk ass bitch. And then finally someone had to attack us first. And we were like, okay, you know what? Not cool. And we showed up, but we still didn't do it single-handedly. So,
Oh, no. The Russians won the Second World War. However, we supplied everything. We supplied them.
The Russians didn't have shoes for boots for work.
Yeah.
But the mad thing is, you didn't need to join in for the European campaign. The only reason you did is because Hitler was stupid enough to say, well, Japan, you've declared war there. You've declared, I suppose I'll declare war on America. Why?
That was when he lost.
That was
when he lost.
Yeah.
And, quite frankly, we didn't like them, but those bastards attacked us.
Yep.
And we were going
have 2 extinction balls.
Yeah, we are generally pretty nice people until we're mad, and then we will literally cross a frozen river at night and kill you in your bed on Christmas. And yes, we've done it.
Isn't that true for a lot of people though? They're pretty cool until they're mad. Then it's all rationality all out the window.
To some extent, but the problem is that with our resources in this country, when we really get mad, somebody's not going to exist anymore. And
but then the rest of the planet eventually won't exist anymore. I don't really count that as a win, but
we would have been very happy going after Japan. We were not pleased with Japan. We had considered them friends. They had, we screwed with them. Still, they were considered somewhat friends, and then they attacked us, and then they weren't friends anymore, and we would have been very happy devoting all of our resources west. And then asshole decided to declare war on us. I mean, he was an irritant, with his submarines. He was an irritant with his submarines, but we weren't going to go to war on him just for that. We didn't really want to see England go down. I mean, that really kind of bothered us a lot, and that had us on the fence. But then we got attacked. And
but I mean, there also was the
champagne.
huge wave of isolationism that was going on at the time, and that played into a lot of our mindset is it's Europe, let them sort it out. I mean, it kind of sucks to be them, but it's way over there.
They've been doing it for a millennium.
We're
they've been doing it.
Yeah,
they're very good at it, and basically they're all fighting in something the size of Florida. And each county's a different country with a different language. But we would have been real happy staying, giving Japan a case of the ass. But then he declared war on us and said, "Okay, well, guess we're in this now."
Yeah, I mean, just 2 bits. From roughly where the edge of Spain would be California, then reaching across, that would take you to the Middle East sort of area. So Europe's bigger than you sort of think for latitude.
You understand?
I know you're taking the mic. But
no, Europe is probably, if you look at Europe, you're looking at something that's probably about as big as the continental U.S., which is an appreciable size of land, maybe even a little bit larger. If you add depends on how far you go into Russia.
that's true.
That's
I guess technically Europe goes all the way to the Urals.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you go to the Urals, that makes it considerably larger than if you were to stop, just a little bit into where at least the population center is. You stop there and it's a lot smaller.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's about the size of the continental U.S. but it's a lot more fractured. You know, we're all united. You know, we're all states here, whereas in Europe, prior to the European Union, was a lot of very individual countries, and they tended to form alliances with each other that broke them up even further.
Mm-hmm.
Then the European Union came in, you know, and you know, to be honest with you, the European Union, I think, could have given us a run for the money.
Yeah,
But
it's been a rocky road with that. If it had been done, I don't know how they do it better. But while I've got a little break in the chat, and Monsieur Colon has some more laughy, funny comments that Nathan seems to be putting in again, because why the hell
Cool.
not?
Hey, time for an update. Over to the TV.
Oh, I've got to screen grab that one. It's just crazy crap that he just posts. I'll see if we can I've got the full screenshots. Where's that burger one gone? Because that's my favorite. You know the kind of heat I'm packing, and you still throw out lies. I'll meet you face to face one day, Glober. Go eat another cheeseburger. It's like I'm just putting there.
Really?
He's Nathan drinking again, but his latest comment is funnier than any of the ones on there. I'm not sure who it's aimed towards, but yeah, don't worry. I'm not an FAG rainbow boy. You know what I've got waiting for you. Try me, bro. Anytime, anywhere, any place. Now, I'm sorry, Nathan, but that really does sound like you're coming on to him.
Yeah, but Barman, you do realize that last comment, you know what kind of heat I'm packing. That's him talking about the gun he had in his tweet.
Oh shit! Yes, I forgot all about
Borderline
that.
threat. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck! I completely forgot about that fucking gun. Jesus, the whole idea of Nathan having a gun is very disturbing. To be fair,
Fucking
Oh,
America.
incredibly.
God.
America.
I'm a masculine man. I got a gun, and I'll do stuff with it to prove I'm a man. America.
You know, the funniest thing was the time that who was it? Riley threatened me and said I should be shot. And, you know, I just kind of got to thinking, you know, like, well, let's look at the safe here. Which one should I bring? And, you know, I got to thinking that, you know, let's just put it this way. If the zombies show up, you want to come to my house. You really do. And, you know, I'm thinking, it amazes me that somebody that probably has never even held one or been in the same room as a real one would threaten me. You know, it's just amazing. You know, oh God.
I've fired a shotgun, and that's about it. And that was Boxing Day one year. We went clay pigeon shooting at my local pub. So obviously we weren't drinking before clay pigeon shooting.
I was thinking about that for a second.
Yeah.
Gloves and sporting clays is not something that I would normally put together in the same sentence.
No, we went out about 10, did some clay pigeon shooting, then back to the pub, and then drinking.
Okay, that's a good plan.
Yeah,
I'm not like 100% surprised that Nathan says he has a gun, but I'm a little bit amused that he thinks that he could be proficient with it, because he's from Southern California and there's not a lot of just random backyard square footage you can go firing at. You have to go to a specific firing range, and he hasn't lived here for years and years and years and years. Because he's been in his fucking car, whatever, couch surfing. So, where is he getting practice?
I thought California was just like full of gun-toting rednecks. If I got my states all wrong.
No.
Parts of Orange County are extremely like rednecky, and then anywhere outside the major population centers are pretty rednecky. People are like, "Oh, that's a liberal state," but dude, it's a huge state, and a lot of it's farmland and just desert and just country.
That's true.
So
Yeah,
they have a lot of rules in California, though.
Our rules are a little bit weird. Unfortunately, I'm very familiar with them because when I moved out here, I inherited a firearm from one of my parents who had passed away. So I had to find out like what the specific rules for if you want to bring it and register it and blah blah blah. So
Did
I've
you find out
gotten
you
way
couldn't have a
too
40
much.
millimeter boofers gun?
It's a little 22. It's nothing special, but
Oh, for God's sake!
well, I mean, it was an heirloom, so you know, it's not like it doesn't have to be some big major thing. But I don't really
That's
care
nice.
because I live in the city now. I don't live in the country. I'm not having to like fend off wolves. So,
And sorry about this, but thanks, Vish, for this image. Do you want
oh
to go
god, yeah,
through
that
it?
screenshot is.
Yeah. Oh my God. This is a bit after the barman said, "Have you been drinking again?" Yeah. Don't worry. I'm not a FAG. Wow. Rainbow boy. Even bigger. Wow. You know what I've got waiting for you. Try me, bro. Anytime, anywhere.
The correct term
Oh,
is "come
Nathan.
at me, bro." The correct term is "come at me, bro." All right.
It's
if
so
you're gonna
weird. The next
use-
comment he says is, "You guys are so dumb and gullible. You think anyone with the name Nathan Thompson is actually Nathan Thompson?"
No, we can generally pick it. Nathan Thompson's a special name, and we can generally
Yeah.
pick that one out.
Yeah. The thing, there is another YouTube account out because it's in the comments, and luckily from normal comments you can still go to their channel that isn't Nathan Thompson, but it looks exactly the same picture, everything. So what's annoying now is how can we check? Because YouTube are a pain in the ass and took away the 3 little dot button that said go to user's
Yeah.
channel. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Hate that.
I think they did it to stop people from leaving the streams, maybe, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I think that was silly because that was nice
Yeah.
to be able to just actually quickly go on their channel just to double check who it actually is.
Yeah, I'm
If
trying.
they'd been smart, they would have realized that you can open that in a new tab, so you can have both of them and double the watch
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide. There is a difference in the pictures between the two Nathan Thompson posts from the Rainbow Boy one and You Think So Gullible. The one with the
The
bigger
thing is-
face.
All of those comments are absolutely believable things that Nathan has
Yeah.
said or would say. So
But why would
What's
someone
the point?
pretend to be him? That's what I can't make out. Like, why
would you want to?
pretend to be Nathan Thompson? That's
Yeah.
just so sad.
Let's put that. Yeah, it's what's worse. Even if it is a troll for Nathan Thompson, we believe this is stuff you would say.
I mean, he said things almost exactly like that before.
Yeah. But yeah, just having a look at timing. Oh, go on.
Well, you know that no matter how much of a loser you are, there's always somebody for you. All right? And there's always somebody that is, that looks up to you. So there are probably people in this world that are in such bad shape they actually look up to Nathan and admire him.
Yeah. Just got to look at his group on Facebook.
Well, midgets have got to look up to somebody. Sorry, bad joke. His Facebook group is just a joke because it's just not growing to his previous levels. There's
it never will.
Never. There's groups on Facebook that think that like mountains are trees that have got more members than Nathan Thompson's Fat Earth group at the moment.
Yeah. I think a lot of people probably joined it before they realised how much association Nathan Thompson had with that group, if you know what I mean. And then over the years has come out that, it's my group, and people just really probably forgot to unsubscribe or unfollow.
Yeah.
So
What's
now,
worse-
Yeah.
Yeah, what's worse though, it's my group. I mean, I don't have a Facebook account anymore because I've been banned from Facebook so many times. But it's my group. Oh, fuck you.
Mhm. Plus, before he went just completely insane, it was called like the Globe and Flat Earth discussion. And for a very brief time, there were globe discussions. And then after a while, he was like, just mute or ban anyone who's a glober.
Basically, yeah.
I was in it for a while. It for a while until I realized that posting just really... Yeah, I'd start to temporarily go blind in my right eye after I posted there because of the stupidity. The sheer weight of the stupidity started to cause me to have a reversible ischemic neurologic deficit. And, I was worried about that because I thought one of these days, hell, I'm gonna, lose control of one side of my body, and I'd really rather not do that.
I'm gonna rewind this stream later and clip out the part about the reversible ischemic neurological. What was it?
A RIND, a reversible ischemic neurologic deficit, a TIA.
Neurologic deficit. There you go.
Yeah, a TIA is a stroke that, symptoms of a stroke that lasts less than 24 hours. A true stroke lasts more than 3 days. If the in-between is called a reversible ischemic neurologic deficit.
Okay. I have a textbook, or at least a university level book on like the ischemic leg that I haven't really gone all the way through. I have a very random reading list, but yeah. That was pretty great.
Pad runs deep.
Yeah.
Nice. So, right, having a look at timings here and things, we've been going for almost 2 hours. I think it's getting to the point where, unfortunately enough, it's going to be wrap-up time of the night. So we should go around the table, say hello to everyone, and I want to get in before Dick Dawson's PC dies. Oh no, it has literally just died, he says. I don't know if you can still hear us, but his screen is dead. Dick, can you hear us?
I'm not sure if you're hearing me. I'm hearing you still. But
we can hear you.
Okay, yeah, this thing is literally failing underneath me right now.
Do you guys have plugs in Canada? Have you guys come up with that concept yet?
Yeah, well, what we do is we have string and you stuff it up a beaver's ass and it makes the light work. I don't know. You'd have to see it to believe it.
Well, I've seen that, but I was wondering if you guys had advanced anymore.
Yeah, not really, no. But yeah, I've got a graphics card in my system that is dying as we speak. It's flashing and glitching and whatnot. And by the end of the night, I'll be completely computerless until I replace this GPU. It's not a good day. Damn it.
I'll look around, see if I've got something laying around.
Let me know if you do, buddy. That wouldn't be bad, because it might be like a week before I can get anything worth replacing it with. You know what I mean? I'm not really sure how this is going to play out.
Well, no, I'll send you a piece of crap old computer that I have, and you can take it from that. But the problem is it's going to take longer than that to get it to you. I think we got to put it on a dog sled or something, don't we?
It might be faster to strap it on the back of a moose and just like slap it on the ass, point it in the right direction.
Hey, don't talk about moose.
Dear.
Those things are vicious.
Oh, I know. They will destroy
the mooses
cars
will kick
and
your butt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't believe when I saw a sort of one with comparison next to a car the other day, and I was like,
huge,
massive.
Yeah.
Oh,
we don't have anything that big in the UK. They're just fucking huge.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I'll tell you, when I went to work in Alaska a few years ago, and I'm driving from the airport in Anchorage to my hotel in Anchorage, which is a city of 250,000 people. Half the people in Alaska live in Anchorage. All right. And I'm thinking, well, okay, so this is kind of like Seattle. It's just a little colder. And, I'm driving along and I see, who the fuck let a horse loose out here? And I got a little closer and it was a moose. And, it was a big cow moose, and she was eating the shrubbery around a doctor's office. And I'm thinking, I'm not in Kansas anymore.
Oh.
But I came back the next year, and that same moose was there because it was right near my hotel and had a calf with her. And I'm thinking, yeah, this is a good time for a picture. And, the moose is sitting in the courtyard of the hotel, and the calf is sitting on the other side of the walk. And, so I throw on my bathrobe, and I walk on out, and I had a couple of people take a picture of me next to the calf. And, obviously not too close. And, my hands are crossed because I'm holding a 44. But, I went out and had my picture taken next to a moose in Alaska. So
nice.
That's one of the things that you have to do.
Tell the tale.
Yeah, your claim to fame.
You have to have a pilot's license. You have to have your picture taken next to a moose. You have to take a pee in the Yukon River. And there's one other thing. And there's one other thing that you have to do, and then you're a true Alaskan.
Oh, I love it. Love it. Right. I am going around this table. I am going to do raps because it's 2:30 in the morning. I want to go bed. Kevin Kennedy, Dead Kennedy in Space. What have you thought of tonight's moosecapades?
There was a time when that graphics card would run Skyrim on Ultra Graphics and 200 mods installed. There was a time that graphics card could do damn near anything. And now that it's basically suffered the equivalent of atmospheric reentry, it's on its way out the door. So I salute it for trying as hard as it did, and we'll get that sorted out soon.
R.I.P. Kevin's and then Dick's graphics card. Speak truth. Have you enjoyed yourself this evening?
I have. I've had a real good laugh. Thanks so much for asking me along, guys. It's been a real pleasure to just have a giggle, not worry too much about what I'm saying, shall we say. So brilliant. I've had a bloody good time.
Oh, you're welcome anytime, and we will get you on the poker at some point. I know we missed out the other week because technical issues, sod's law.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we'll get you on.
Yeah.
You come and chat crap with us whenever you want.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and thank you for joining us. Vishanti, have you enjoyed your first God's sake, your first pubscapade? That'll do.
I was going to say, you're all right there, chap. No, it was really fun. Hopefully I'll have some more free time in my schedule coming up. It was good timing with Thanksgiving being today, and you guys just happened to hit everything on the right notes. So yeah, good group, good chat. Glad to see Bob and SeekTruth and hang out with the crew.
Yay, that's what we like to hear. Colon, have you enjoyed doing another pub chat as always?
It's always fun twiddling the knobs and banging the keyboard a few times and getting asked to do some silly things. And can you sort this on the screen for me? And can you get this video for us and throw that up? Yeah.
Don't forget the chicken suits for next week.
Oh. God, more work. Thank you. Yeah, it's all good fun.
You're not out of lockdown yet. You got nothing else to do. Oh, and Bob, have you enjoyed joining us this evening?
Absolutely, and as I said, I've already had my checkout. So thanks for having me, guys.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining us. And on that note, thank you all the audience for watching, enjoying the show, all your comments and everything like that. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night with the Silly Shield show, Saturday night, Sunday for poker, Pain of Progress, and Uncalled For. God, there's so many shows. I will remember everything. Hopefully, see you all soon, and good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.